All right. And we have Ian back yet again for another edition of the Scotty's No Show. Ian, it feels like it's been a while. What the hell have you been up to?
It's been a hot minute, man. I went on a wildfire in Wyoming. And so just been hanging out in the Bighorns for a hot minute. But I'm back, baby, back on the Scotty Nose, and it feels so good to be back.
Well, I'd just like to tell you that in the time that you were gone, I never forgot you, ever.
My goodness, are we going to talk about that on
Yes,
this?
we are. Yes, that's
okay,
the first.
Okay.
That is the first topic. Steve from Blues Clues is back. He is on the Mount Rushmore of wholesomeness, along with what's his name? The crocodile hunter.
Steve Irwin, Bob Ross.
Yeah, Steve Irwin, Bob Ross, and what's the other guy's name? Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's Mount Rushmore of wholesomeness.
Yeah,
I love Steve.
Dude, I remember the first time I watched Blues Clues. My grandma was living in Hayes at the time, Hayes, South Dakota, population of about 4, and but she had Nickelodeon, and man, Steve was the coolest dude. And so seeing him again, man, that really, I felt something.
I felt something, but
fuck, it's been 25 years.
I know. Before we get into everything else, we'll talk more about Steve here in a second, but let's not forget we have a Scotty's Crunchy Critiques to do.
Hell yeah, we do.
This here is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple Crafted Cocktail. It is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple Whiskey with soda and a twist of lemon. 7% alcohol. You can get this at Capital C Wine and Spirits.
7.
Yeah, 7%.
Man,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So here we go.
Whoa, it just knocked you on your ass.
Oh my God. Holy moly. That takes some getting used to. I mean, yes, you taste the it hits you right over the front of the face with the Tennessee apple. And then it kind of it's like, oh, we're gonna get down here a little bit with the soda and the lemon juice.
Sure.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got myself a bottle of the Pink Whitney.
Oh, my favorite.
I'm gonna pour myself a little drinky poo.
Are you going to call somebody a pigeon?
I probably won't. Just 'cause it's a family-friendly podcast, sort of.
We try to be.
Yeah, we do our best, but allow me to do a little shooter here, and if you will acknowledge the shot glass.
What? We have a heel turn.
Go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Go Jacks. Yes.
That's delicious.
It is.
If I'm giving, I was going to give it a bullshit rating, but that deserves a real rating. And I think that's a 9 too. That is
I was just
absolutely
gonna say 9.3.
amazing. Yeah, that is a delicious drink.
Yeah.
God, I might end up doing those throughout the podcast.
Yeah, feel free. Okay. Your sister Emily actually suggested that we do a drinking podcast where if we say certain word, it's like, have you ever seen what's his name, Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Oh yeah,
where it's like if you say a certain word, say the magic word.
Shane and I did that a couple times in college, and we got thrown out of psychology class. The secret word was what, and so I'd be like, "Hey Shay, what?" And so,
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
We did it a couple times.
Okay. But yeah, Steve from Blue's Clues. What the hell is the name of the guy who replaced him?
Joe.
Joe? Okay. I don't remember Joe.
It was his brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve said he went to college. In reality, Nickelodeon was getting rid of him.
He was getting a little old.
Well, he was losing his hair.
Yeah.
And but yeah, getting a little old. Which is weird because at that time when I was watching it, I had no concept of his actual age.
Yeah, me neither.
I couldn't have even guessed. But
I thought he would have been like early 20s.
Maybe, at that point, I think even 20s was old to me. So yeah, it was wild, man. But no, that was really cool. You posted it, and it was heartwarming. It was really cool to see that. I would really appreciate. I said it on your post. I would really appreciate a Blue's Clues where they walked the millennial generation through some adult stuff.
Yeah,
I think it would be pretty useful.
Student loans.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be pretty rad.
Today is the 55th anniversary of Star Trek.
Wow.
Yeah, if you can believe that.
I guess. Yeah.
It begs the question: who is your favorite Star Trek character?
I think for me, I've always been kind of a Spock fan.
That's what I was thinking you would say.
Yeah. Not always, but he might have been the first character that was actually like sort of intelligent.
Yeah.
That I remember like watching on TV. And so it was kind of cool. Like, because Kirk reacted purely on emotion. Mm-hmm. And, those were kind of the two main characters, honestly, like, because Scotty didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately, with a cool name like Scotty.
True.
He beamed people up, but Spock was like maybe the first character that I ever remember who actually like would think situations through. And it was cool.
If we're including the next generation, is it still Spock? Because I know who my favorite character would be.
Now, do you mean because
so I'm a Will Riker guy. I love Will Riker.
Yeah. Are you talking like Next Generation, the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, how can you not go with Picard?
True. Like, but Will Riker was just banging every alien in existence.
Well, if that's what your aspirations are there, buds. I don't know that I can fight you on it. But that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Also, how can you like Data was awesome. He was an android and he reminded you every single second.
Data was really cool. I remember Data being, I guess for lack of a better term, too advanced for me to like really comprehend him at the time. And now that I'm older, Data is really, really good character, all the way he's written through. But at the time, I didn't get Data.
And then you see Geordi LaForge and you're like, that's the fucking Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah. But again, he was a minor character, man. He didn't do a whole lot except steer the ship.
Yeah. There's a lot happening in college football. You kind of referenced a little bit of it. SDSU beat Colorado State.
Yo, that's cool, right?
It is.
But then it kind of makes you wonder under what, because I listened to the podcast last week when you had Bryce on there. Under what circumstances is it okay for K-State to storm the field on USD?
Oh, you mean University of Kansas?
Oh, yeah. Not Kent State, sorry.
Yeah.
University of Kansas.
I mean, they haven't won in 2 years. Their football program sucks. Their coach got fired for having sexual assault allegations, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot wrong with them. And they beat USD off of because USD just did not, like, they forgot how to play football in the fourth quarter.
The whole situation kind of left me sick. Yeah. If I'm being honest.
I believe we do have a member of the Muirhead family that was there, though.
Yeah, Emily was there. Based on her Facebook, Instagram posts, she was there. It was a cool game to go to. I mean, they got knocked off a real football team, I guess.
Which SDSU did 5 years prior to the same team.
Yep.
So SDSU did something USD couldn't. Score one for the good guys.
Yo, go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Alabama's still Alabama. I don't know.
Okay, are we going to talk about that? Holy shit. They blew them
Miami.
out.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of Miami.
That's the number 14 ranked team. Or that was the number 14 ranked team.
Yeah.
And they wiped them out, dude. It wasn't even close, not for a second.
And it's like a freshman quarterback or something, so we're going to have Bryce Young for fucking ever.
It is a very, very green offense. And they trashed Miami, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acknowledge this. And then Clemson gets knocked off by Georgia.
Which
Scotty's, you heard it here first. Bam is winning the next 3 years of the BCS.
Well, the BCS is no longer around. It's the college football playoff.
Right. Sorry. The college football.
Which, I mean, how can you really have a playoff with 4 teams? I mean, seriously.
Also, yes, we should talk about that at some point, but we don't have to do it now.
Okay. But Florida State is fun again. They almost beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame's coach made a absolutely horrendous joke at the end of the game.
Oh, did he? What did he say?
Did you hear? Oh, wow. You didn't hear this.
Well, I was on fire.
Okay. But, well, just a little bit of backstory. So in the 70s, John McKay, he was the coach of the original Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure. And so it was in the 70s. Somebody asked him what he thought of his team's execution, how they played. They were like, hey, what do you think of your team's execution? And he said, I'm in favor of it.
Oh, so boy.
Yeah, but that was that was the 70s, and it was kind of like a little tongue-in-cheek joke.
A little bit.
Everybody laughed. Brian Kelly has terrible delivery. He was like, I think my entire team needs to be executed tonight. And I'm like,
God.
I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? What are you doing? Don't say that.
Yeah. In a time that's pretty heavy into PC, not quite PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, Florida State, they have a quarterback controversy a little bit. Mackenzie Milton came in the fourth quarter. Do you know about Mackenzie Milton's story?
No, I do not.
So he was the coach at he was a quarterback at University of Central Florida the year that they were like undefeated and people thought that they were going to be national champions and stuff.
Yep. But a lot of them claim they won.
Oh yeah. I think they have banners. I'm not even joking. But he like broke his leg and it was so severe of a broken leg that they thought he might be amputated. He hasn't played in like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And so he comes into the fourth quarter and almost leads Florida State to a comeback victory.
Wow.
That is
good for him, man.
That's the story of the week in my eyes.
Sure. Yeah, I can't think of anything else better than that. It certainly isn't Nebraska beating up on Fordham.
Yeah, I know. Barely covering the spread.
Yeah, but I mean the spread was high.
Yeah.
And
But
it is Fordham.
It's Fordham.
Which, okay, so if there is anyone listening out there that's not totally aware, dude, Fordham can't even make it into the FBS.
Mm-mm.
Like they haven't qualified for the actual league, the playoff league that SDSU, USD, NDSU, UND, all those teams, they have not qualified since 2018, and they haven't won since 2013. They're terrible.
Pretty good journalism school, but that's the only thing I know about Fordham.
Extremely good journalism school, but they are not a good football team. And the fact, like, halftime rolled around, and that was we were listening to it on the radio, and it's like, oh man, if Fordham finds a comeback, man, like Nebraska's defense is not really showing up, and their quarterback is doing Nebraska quarterback things.
Adrian Martinez, yeah.
God, he is.
He sucks.
It's unbelievable.
I've said it forever.
It is unbelievable how inconsistent he is.
Yeah. But
he's been started there forever.
Yeah, for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. You know, and they had Christian McCaffrey's brother on the team, and they couldn't do anything with him, and now he's quarterbacking at Rice.
Yeah, Rice of all places.
Rice. Yeah, Luke McCaffrey. Oregon barely beat Fresno State. We'll get to them a little bit in Scotty's top 5 games, which I think I might make a weekly column or weekly thing out of.
Okay.
One thing I noticed from college football this weekend is they had sideline reporters doing weird shit. They always do. This week it was Will Levis. He's the quarterback at Kentucky. He had a TikTok where he ate a pretty ripe banana. It was like aged a little bit. There was a little bit of brown in it, and he ate it like with the peel still on, like ate it like a thing of corn. And so they had this poor sideline reporter, this poor woman, trying to do what Will Levis did, and I just felt so bad for the woman.
Yeah, that's not a fun taste.
Yeah, but I mean, given Kentucky was playing against somebody that they won, I'm pretty sure. But like, even if it's like, you'll see weird shit like that, especially in the SEC if it's a blowout. Which this week there's going to be a tons of blowout. I mean, Bama beats Miami the way they did. Who do they have next? Fucking Mercer. Mercer. Are you kidding me?
Well, Mercer might score a
field goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Scotty's top 5 games of the week for college football. Well, these are kind of in no particular order, but number 1 here, the first option, and I'm going from earliest to latest. So number 12, Oregon. You know, they barely beat Fresno State. It doesn't get any easier for them. They have to go to the Horseshoe. Number 3, Ohio State.
So that it's not going to be a blowout, but I am predicting a pretty solid Ohio State win.
Yeah.
Oregon is extremely overrated. I don't even think they win the Pac, whatever it is now.
Pac-12.
Is it 12 still?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on if Kayvon Thibodeau plays. He's basically, from what I've seen and what I've heard, he's like, you remember Javon Curse?
Yeah.
He's like another Javon Curse.
And I don't think it matters if he plays or not.
I don't think it does either.
They get their ass handed to them by Ohio State. They are not the best team in the Pac-12.
Who is?
UCLA.
Whoa, really?
Did you watch the game last week?
against LSU. Yeah, but LSU kind of sucks.
They're ranked, aren't they?
They are, but like everybody knows that preseason rankings kind of don't really matter.
But they do in the SEC.
True.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Usually when LSU is preseason ranked, they do okay. I don't think that's a bad team that UCLA just knocked off. And that quarterback that they have is a monster.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
Yep. This is another, you heard it here on the show first. UCLA wins pack.
Wow. Okay. Oh my God. I'm going to get a message from a certain farmer in Lyman County because of that.
Matt Nissen will stand by my choice.
I know he will. Wow. By the way, I noticed, did you see who LSU's quarterback is?
I don't know if I did, actually.
His name is Max Johnson. He is the son of Brad Johnson, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who Brad Johnson, what does he do now? He makes TikTok videos where he does trick shots.
Does he really?
Yeah. It's electric as shit. I love it. Number 2 game. I mean, we're going to have to go with the military, especially with this game being on Saturday, the anniversary of September 11th. I see what you're doing there.
What are you laughing at?
You're looking like a guy from Daft Punk right now. Number 2, my number 2 game is Air Force at Navy.
Well, historically, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. They're one of those. Both of those teams are like, it's hard to gauge how good they actually are.
Yeah. Because Air Force is in the Mountain West. And I think Navy is either independent or in the American.
Navy's independent.
Are you sure?
Air Force, yeah.
Okay.
Almost positive. Because, yeah, they're the same thing as Notre Dame.
Okay. But, yeah, I mean, it's part of the armed forces kind of triangular, so to speak, if you will.
Yep.
With Army. Navy's usually a very good football team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they run. I think they're the ones that run like a triple option.
But Air Force is sneaky too. You can't sleep on them.
I believe this game is in. Is Navy the one that's in Annapolis, or is that?
Yes,
Army?
That's Navy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hang on. No, Navy. I think is in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Army is in Annapolis.
But it's wherever Navy is. All I know is that the Army Navy game is always played at Lincoln Financial in Philly.
Yep.
So, but that's going to be an interesting game. The third game on this list, College Game Day, is going to Ames, Iowa. For Iowa, number 10 Iowa at number 9 Iowa State. Iowa State they had everything they could handle with University of Northern Iowa, UNI, while Iowa just beat the absolute crap out of Indiana.
Okay, but those are two extremely different caliber of teams. UNI always plays up. Indiana plays down.
Yep.
With the exception of maybe Illinois and I guess probably Rutgers in the Big Ten for football. Indiana is always at the bottom. Even Purdue's not terrible. Indiana sucks. Don't be surprised to see an upset here. And it's 9/8.
Or 10 and 9.
Oh, okay,
Iowa's 10. Iowa State is 9. I'm actually picking Iowa in this.
I will too. However, that being said, what I will say is Iowa State wins Big 12.
Well, fuck you. All right.
Texas is terrible, Scotty.
Well, we're going to talk about them. Number 15, Texas at Arkansas. Texas, they handled University of Louisiana Lafayette pretty handily, I thought.
They're terrible too, Scotty. That's not a win.
They were ranked.
Barely.
And so was Indiana. Indiana was 18th.
Also, and see, that's where I agree with you that preseason ratings do not matter. Indiana is fucking garbage, and so is Lafayette.
Yeah.
They both will probably make a bowl game, but.
Well, everybody makes a bowl game except Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Burn on you, Todd Herman.
But yeah, Texas at Arkansas. It is a kind of a reigniting of an old Southwest Conference rivalry. These two teams hate each other.
I think that is going to be a fun game. I don't think either of the teams are particularly good, but I think that will be a fun game.
Yeah. I like Hudson Card. My favorite player on Texas by far is Bijan Robinson. He's maybe the best running back not named Ibrahim, I think, honestly, the Minnesota running back who may or may not have torn his Achilles against Ohio State. But yeah, that's I mean, and on top, I will say this about Arkansas. I usually don't say anything nice about Texas opponents. Arkansas has one entertaining as hell coach. I love Sam Pittman.
Yeah, he's a fun coach for sure. He's right up there with LSU, Illinois,
Ed Orgeron,
fun coaches.
Brett Bielema. Yep.
Your blind allegiance to Texas.
It's not
just
blind.
Baffles me.
What? Why?
When's the last time they've been good? Vince Young?
Colt McCoy. Have you ever heard of him?
Barely. How long did he last in the NFL?
He's the backup for, I think, Kyler Murray now.
No.
I'm pretty sure. Quit. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's. Do you want to look this up or do you want me? I'll look it up.
I'm doing it on my phone, so okay. I can't look up anything.
Okay, we're gonna look up. First of all, I gotta see this comment that is on something that I'm. Okay. Yep. Okay. Thank goodness somebody complimented me positively. That's good.
I don't believe you.
Colt McCoy, where is he? Oh my God.
In the
Colt
nursing
McCoy.
home.
Yep. He is the backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals right now.
Sounds like he's the backup because I didn't even know he was there.
Well, I mean, last time I checked, he was in, I think, Washington, because like Washington had that weird season where like what's his name? Alex Smith broke his leg. And then like they had like 4 different quarterbacks at the end of the
Sure.
season. Yeah, that's the last time I saw him actually play because he ended up getting injured too.
Right. Sorry, I don't give a shit about the NFC East because it's fucking terrible, Scotty.
Oh, well, which, by the way, do you want to pick every game or do you just want to pick primetime for the NFL? Because I have every game listed.
Let's go just primetime just because at some point I do have to go to bed.
Okay. But number 5, my number 5 game is Utah at BYU. It's the battle.
That's going to be a good game.
It's the battle. It's the battle of the Mormons, and it's I think they call it the Holy War. It's one of the best rivalries that nobody.
Yeah, it's a solid rivalry.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
Okay, so primetime games, tomorrow night's game, or probably tonight's game as you're listening to this. Cowboys at Bucks.
Bucks, dude. Duh.
Yeah, easily. The Sunday night football game, Bears at Rams. That's a little difficult, a little bit more difficult, I think.
So if it's in LA, I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Okay.
I think that could be a flip flop depending on what team has home advantage. LA typically plays terrible.
It is LA, by the way.
Yeah, and I know. Just saying. LA plays well in LA. LA plays terrible in cold weather stadiums. That's not really up for debate. That's a fact. I think the Bears have a decent team this year. I think Stafford has something to prove.
The Bears do have their own quarterback starting, by the way. They have Andy Dalton starting, I think.
I do like Andy Dalton. However, if it's in LA, I'm going LA.
Yeah. And then
I think it's going to be a good game, though.
Oh, you want to talk about good game? Your Monday Night Football game, Ravens at Chargers.
Ravens, and it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
You were sold on the Chargers for some fucking reason.
I am. We talked about
You're
this.
wrong. You're
I'm
fucking
right.
wrong, dude.
I'm
no,
right.
you are not right. You are not right. If I call this correctly, I get your job.
Well, we'll talk offline about that.
I'm kidding.
But some other games I just want to spotlight a little bit. Steelers at Bills. That's going to be fucking awesome.
I think that's going to be a fun game. Steelers play tough always. Defensively, it's going to be a showdown, man. That's going to be a fun game. It's going to be what defense lasts the longest. I'm going to go with the Bills offense, maybe by 7.
Wait, is it the Ravens? I have the Chargers written down twice. I don't know if it is the Ravens at Chargers. Let me see what the Monday Night Football game is this week just to make sure.
Oh, my God. Scotty.
I'm sorry. I have the wrong – I might have the wrong thing written down here. Let me look up the NFL schedule here. Because I have the Chargers playing the Washington football team too. It's been a long day.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, the Chargers are playing the Washington football team.
Chargers, then.
Yeah. Your Monday night game is actually Ravens and Raiders. That's who it was. Ravens. At Raiders.
Ravens.
Yeah,
but
Ravens.
I think the game will be closer than most people give it credit for. 2 scores.
The Vikings do play the Bengals and Joe Burrow's return in Cincinnati.
I hope the Vikings do it.
I think the Bengals might beat them.
I think they might too. But I'm pulling for the Vikings.
I do have a challenge for you. The Jags are playing the Texans. Can you name more than 2 players on the Texans?
On the Texans?
Yes.
I can name like 5 running backs.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So let's see. Who do we want first? Is Reggie Bush on there? Does he play for the Texans?
Reggie Bush is retired.
Right. Who's the other Alabama running back? Yeah, you know what? You're right. I can't name that.
Yeah, exactly. David Johnson, because he played at UNI.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I have him on my my fantasy.
You're thinking Mark Ingram.
That's who I was thinking. That's absolutely who I was thinking. Either way, that's 2. So
I don't know. I don't know who they even have starting. If it's Deshaun Watson or Tyrod Taylor.
I don't think they're starting Deshaun. I think it's Tyrod Taylor.
Okay. Yeah.
Because yeah.
By the way, the Packers are playing the Saints in Jacksonville. Did you hear the reason why the Saints picked Jacksonville?
I think I read it, but illuminate me.
Because historically speaking, Aaron Rodgers struggles in the state of Florida.
Okay, that's a good reason. I don't think it's gonna matter.
No,
the Saints are fucking terrible. Jameis Winston is the biggest putz in the NFL.
You're talking about my guy there. I love Jameis Winston.
Your boy that steals crab legs? You're out your damn mind.
All right. Well, so Derek Jeter made it into the MLB Hall of Fame today. This was asked by Barstool. This wasn't my question. But since he was inducted, who do you think is the most overrated athlete of all time?
That's
I have a
tough question.
I have a very hot take for this.
I almost don't even want to ask you because I think I know what you're going to say.
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
I think the most overrated athlete, maybe of all time, is Babe Ruth. And let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. Back in the day, they had maybe, in his time, they had maybe 12 teams in the Major League Baseball, and you maybe played 6 of them. So you had to play like the same pitcher like 25 times. And on top of that, there was no diversity in Major League Baseball at the time. So, he wasn't playing against the likes of Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson didn't come until about a decade after Babe Ruth died.
Yeah. That's an interesting pick. I don't think it's wrong, but I do think it's interesting.
Yeah. Yes, he had a ton of home runs, did a ton of great things. And yes, there was a bunch of great baseball players that played in that time, but there just wasn't enough. There wasn't even I don't even think there was a Cuban influence or Puerto Rican.
There
influence.
there wasn't. It was an exclusively white league at the time.
It's kind of like when you factor in the early Lakers success when they were at the Minneapolis Lakers. There wasn't really any diversity in the NBA until the 50s or 60s, until Bill Russell came in.
Yeah, let me think about your question for a little bit. I bet I can come up with somebody, but go ahead and progress to the show. And if I think of someone, I'll yell it out.
So we have our top 5 draft. That's how we're going to end this.
I think it's good. I think the draft is solid this week.
Yep. This is our top 5 favorite one-hit wonders.
Okay, so now are you going in order chronologically, or are you going to go just who can I get that you can't?
So, exactly.
Okay, cool.
So who should go first?
Well, I have a coin, Scotty.
Okay.
And it's not even an American coin. It is a South African coin.
Oh.
Yeah. So my sister, Sarah, did a internship in South Africa.
She did.
So she brought me some currency back. So I have this, which will be heads, which is kind of like a gazelle, maybe.
Okay.
And then I got tails, which is like a bird on a planet or something.
Okay.
So call it.
Tails never fails.
I have not looked at it. Let us see it. That looks like heads, buddy.
Fuck you. God damn it. All right. Okay. You get it.
I know the number 1 pick I want to take overall. And I think the number 1 that's best. Do
you know what my number 1 is?
I'm going to go with the best pick. And this is absolutely the best pick.
But by the way, we are doing this by decade.
Yes.
So 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 10s.
Okay. So I'm going to go with 2010s first.
Oh, okay.
And this is without a doubt, I think it might be my strongest one-hit wonder. It is Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye.
I knew you were going to pick that. Yeah.
I remember that song. The first time I heard that song, I remember thinking, man, this guy's really good. And so is this girl. What's going to happen to them? Nothing. That is the number 1 pick overall.
I believe that was that your top? Yeah. Was that your top breakup? One of your top breakup songs too?
It was an honorable mention.
Okay.
But now that you say that, I kind of think I know where you're going with 90s, which also pisses me off because I think I might have that too.
I'm not going 90s. I'm going 80s first.
God, don't steal my pick.
So my 80s, my pick for the 80s, I hear it probably 3 times a week because it is the closing song for my favorite podcast that isn't my own.
Oh, no.
It is Take On Me by Aha.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's a great pick. That is not my pick. Good choice, Scotty Millard.
I mean, I'm surprised I'm not singing it right now. Should we try it? The chorus, the high part. You know.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
I'll be gone in a day or two. And we just murdered all of our listeners' eardrums.
Sorry about that. Should use the laptop, but don't buy Adele.
Yeah. So that's my 80s pick. Are we snaking this?
I think we should.
I'm going to go with my 70s pick. Cats in the Cradle, Harry Chapin.
Okay.
I mean,
I think that's a foolish pick. That's a great song. I think it's a foolish pick. I think Harry Chapin had other good songs.
What other songs did he have?
Did you ever watch Robin Big?
No.
You never watched Robin Big?
Not as much.
Rob Dyrdek and Big Black?
I know who you're talking. I know Drama.
He wrote the theme for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I was not aware.
Yeah, he had other hits.
Are you vetoing this? Are you vetoing this pick?
No, I am absolutely not. I think that's a solid pick. There's a lot because so the one thing I want to say is with one hit wonders.
By the way, your video's off.
Ah, shit. The thing that you run into,
there you go.
With one hit wonders is a lot of times you're gonna talk to somebody that owned the CD or the record or the cassette
that knows other songs.
And that's why this is such an awesome topic.
Yes.
Is because this is going to be controversial no matter what.
Yes.
That's
why I didn't. Okay. Can I be 100% honest right now?
Yeah. Hit me.
So I was looking up one hit wonders of the 70s and I saw Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. And I'm like,
yeah, sure. Yeah. I saw that too.
I'm like, there's no way that can be a one-hit wonder because you have Eric fucking Clapton in the band.
Yeah, exactly. And we can get into more of it as the podcast progresses because I don't want to give too many
picks away.
Yeah. That's a solid pick though, buddy.
Thank you.
That is a very, very solid pick. Just I think because I like this song that much, because this is a dumb pick to go back into the 80s, because really what I should do is pick a 2000s or a 90s song, but I'm gonna pick an 80s song because I like this song that much. It is Baltimore Tarzan Boy.
You son of a bitch.
Great God song. My God.
That was on my list of honorable mentions.
Well, you can't get mad at me for stealing an honorable mention.
I know, but I mean it's the Jurassic Express theme song. So,
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 when they're going back in time.
Yep.
One of my favorite songs. Okay, cool. I'll be honest, the 70s was real tough for me.
It seems.
I think that was the hardest decade to go with.
Yeah, I only have 4 written down for that decade.
2010s and 80s were not too bad.
90s was hard because there's so many.
And I think that's where I'm gonna go for my next one.
90s?
Yeah. And this song is a song that made it on my breakup list.
Ooh.
Which is why I want it. It is Torn.
By Natalie Imbruglia. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I love that song so much. And you were saying earlier today that you were listening to the Pop Goes Punk stuff.
The Neck Deep.
Hands Like Houses, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Man, that is an awesome cover, and that's an awesome song.
I like the Neck Deep. I like the Neck Deep version.
Yeah,
personally.
Both are good. Both are good. All of them are good.
Yeah,
I love that song. I will say, because I'm not gonna give 900 fucking honorable mentions like you and Bryson did. I will say, Sunny Came Home.
Oh,
almost made it. And you know where that girl's from?
Kadoka.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a South Dakota native. And
I almost what the hell is her name?
It's a dude's name.
Is it like Sean Colvin?
Sean Colvin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is dude, that fucking chorus rages.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good chorus. Sunny Came Home. Bryson, I know you're fucking listening. Listen to that song right now.
Okay.
Sunny Came Home.
Ooh.
Where are you going, bud?
I think I might go. Machine.
Where are you gonna go?
I know. I might go 2010s. This is up for debate on whether or not it's a one-hit wonder, because this guy was your video went away again, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I had to look real quick what I picked. Sorry, because I'm doing it on my fucking phone.
Oh no, I have it written down for you.
Got it.
Okay. This is up for debate on whether or not it's a one-hit wonder, I think, because this guy made his name on a reality TV show. But other than this song, I don't know if anybody out there can name another song from
Spin
him.
Me Right Round?
It's What Do You Want From Me by Adam Lambert. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call him a one-hit wonder, because technically I don't know if he even had a fucking hit.
Oh, What Do You Want From Me? That wasn't a hit?
I didn't like that song, so not to me.
Well,
I thought he had better songs, but that was by far the most popular song he had.
By far.
And the hype around him may be higher than any other American Idol winner.
Well, he didn't win. He didn't win. Chris Allen won. Remember fucking
that is.
Exactly. And freaking Danny Goki came in third place. I was like, what the hell?
Huh.
Yeah, I talked about that with Chris last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was.
Okay.
Oh my God. Do I go 2000s or 90s?
The move is 2000s. That's a smart one.
You want 2000s? It's probably the song I listen to the most now for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not even in the age group that this song is for anymore. It's Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
And so see, that is the prime example. That's not a fucking one-hit wonder. I own that CD. That's a good CD. Their whole album is good. But because that is the only song, they're known as a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. It's like me and BB Mac. Everybody knows Back Here, but do they know Ghost of You and Me? No, they don't.
No. Of course not.
Yeah. But yeah, that's... What do you think of the song, though?
Good song. Great song. Great song.
Yeah, and that was a tough one to pick.
I think I do think that's a really good pick.
Yeah. So
and I wouldn't veto stuff.
I know what I want to get for 90s now. I'm pretty sure. But
well, I already took my 90s, so you have your pick.
I know.
Okay, so I guess I only have two left. And right?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's chronological.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of this song, I think of two things. I think of Guitar Hero 3, and I think of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it is Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Ooh. That's not what I thought you were going to pick.
Now, honorable mention, and I do got to get this out there because this almost took the place of it. It is Black Betty by Ram Jam.
Again, not what I thought you were going to pick.
So, what did you think I was going to pick?
Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede.
A good song. Not again though. I've listened to a couple other Blue Suede songs. I do like some Blue Suede stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so now 2000s, and now out of the songs that I have picked, this one holds a near and dear place to my heart because this is one of my favorite karaoke songs.
Ooh.
And I don't think it's on your radar.
Okay.
I will say it, and you'll be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This song rocked. It was a bop. Are you ready for this?
It's Replay by IS.
No.
Damn it.
If I was to grab the Pink Whitney bottle and pretend to sing it, touching you.
Oh my God, the dark.
Touching me.
God. Oh no.
I believe in a thing called love. It is I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. That is maybe the best pick except for Gautier. That song was awesome. And everybody knew that song, and nobody ever heard from The Darkness ever again.
They had a lead singer that looked vaguely like Ben Stiller.
Yeah. That is my 2000s pick.
That is
fuck. That's a good pick. You know that.
Your picks are looking way better than mine right now.
My 90s one was a little soft, but that was I think it's all because of personal reasons. But
yeah. So my 90s pick, there's a lot that I could pick here. But I'm gonna pick something that's kind of a little bit sentimental because I feel like, growing up, you didn't hear songs that had curse words in them a whole lot.
What did you pick?
And not only that, but you didn't hear them where that's the title of the song. Some people are mothers, some people are lovers, some people are childs. I'm picking Bitch by Meredith Brooks. Your
Wrong
thoughts?
Pick.
Wrong pick? It's a fucking banger.
It is a banger. I don't think that's top 10.
I mean, I have other. I mean,
decade. I don't think that's top 10.
Okay.
I think it's a good song.
It is.
It's certainly one that I have Shazammed because I'm like, what is this song? It is catchy. But in the decade, besides maybe the 60s, that is known as the most one-hit wonder heavy written decade ever. I think you could have picked something.
Oh, I'm sure I could. I have.
However, that is a good pick. I'm not going to take that away from you. I just think you could have done better.
We're going to go through our honorable mentions.
Sure.
I hope you don't mind. So from the 70s, what do you got?
So I'll be honest. When doing honorable mentions, when picking songs, I had one song and then backup song in case you stole it. You stole none of them. So
okay.
I have
We are two completely different people.
I have one song,
Okay.
and it is "In the Summertime" by
Ooh.
Mungo Jerry.
Okay. Hooked on a Feeling, Blue Suede, Dreamweaver by Gary Wright. I love that song.
Okay.
And then
good pick. Doesn't mean a lot to me, but that is a good pick.
And then Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks.
Okay. Another good pick.
80s. I have Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant.
So did I. And now I'm sorry. I said I had two picks. Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant was one. Take on Me was my backup. Oh, that was actually my first pick.
Okay.
You had Take on Me. So, but 80s had a lot of one-hit wonders as well.
It did. The Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby and The Range.
Yeah, I was never a fan of it.
Okay. And then just because I listened to it right before, I have this written down. I'm not even sure if I like this song that much. Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone by Glass Tiger.
Okay, so here's my thing with the 80s is there weren't really too many one-hit wonders.
Oh,
there were a lot of two-hit wonders.
Oh, yeah.
So it knocked out a lot of the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
So there were one-hit wonders. Aha, Baltimore, but a lot of the songs that I like from my favorite songs from the 80s. Another one was Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. But they had like one other song that almost made like
the top 40.
Yeah, I think it did make top 40. And so it's like, I don't think I can pick this based on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fine Young Cannibals Drives Me Crazy. Solid choice.
Here's the thing. So the Damn Yankees, they had one big huge song with High Enough. But that is a super group. You have Ted Nugent in that group. You had somebody from like another group. Those super groups, I don't consider their one hit wonder as a one hit wonder because
I don't either.
Because
that doesn't count.
Because those band members were in other bands and they also had hits.
Exactly. That's like having the drummer from Led Zeppelin, Dave Grohl, and Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age in Them Crooked Vultures, and they had one hit. It's like that's not a one-hit wonder. They had a bunch of hits between the three of them.
Okay. This is in my 90s. I should have, in retrospect, I probably should have picked this, but I consider it a Prince song. Nothing Compares to You.
Okay. So with the covers, I didn't, because this also
we can do a covers draft at some point. We could
do a covers draft because in the 2000s, and this was almost my song, the Ataris.
Oh yeah, Boys of Summer. Yeah.
Which is not their song.
No.
But it is the best version of the song, and it is a great song to begin with. But it is not by the Ataris. You can't pick that on a one-hit wonder thing because technically it already was a hit.
Yeah.
And it was like picking, like I didn't do it, but I did think about picking the original version of Video Killed the Radio Star.
Ooh. Was that the Buggles?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I also had Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry because I fucking love that song.
So did I. That's a good song. Milky Chance, but I like other Milky Chance songs.
Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger.
I like the song, but it's not the best song of the 90s.
When I hear that, I think immediately of American Pie. And you know how much I love that movie.
And I know how much Bryce hates it.
I know. Better Days by Citizen King, I thought was a really good song.
Yeah, I think Len's Cracker was a better pick.
Yeah.
And you probably could have gone into the Euro pop.
So
as well with Blue Dabba Dabba Die.
Yeah.
Not only is that Euro pop, that is also the name of the album.
So, so there are two songs that I saw in a 2000s list that I felt like needed to be debated. As far as one hit wonders, and one is Bulletproof by La Rue.
Not a one hit wonder.
Thank you.
This is the other thing that I said. Because you had In for the Kill, you had Tiger Lily.
Yep.
You had a million fucking versions of In for the Kill and Bulletproof done by dubstep artists. This is not a one hit wonder. That argument is off the table. Taking it off now.
And this is going to sound weird, but is Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's a one hit wonder?
No, because 1, 2, 3, 4 was arguably a better song.
And Our Time Now.
Also true. Hey There Delilah is not. So the 2000s, I had to think about it a little bit, and then just for backup reasons, I did look up one hit wonders of the 2000s. None of them, almost none of them, are actual one hit wonders.
With the exception of a couple.
With the exception of a couple, of course. But a lot of them were like, I've heard other songs by this. If they make it on the radio in South Dakota, dude, they're not a one hit wonder.
Now that I think about it, Replay by Ayaz isn't a one hit wonder because he also had solo. He had solo.
Correct.
But what is a one hit wonder? Collide by Howie Day. What the fuck did that guy do other than that?
That is true. I did see that one. I love that song.
I do too.
But yeah, I agree.
Or do you remember? The clean title of it was "Don't Want You Back." Do you remember "Fuck It" by Eamon?
Yeah. That was probably a one hit wonder.
It was.
The big one that shouted out to me, going back into an American Idol year where the guy that won it made no fucking sense.
Taylor fucking Hicks.
Yes, that is it. Had a Bad Day.
Daniel Powder. Yeah.
Chris Daughtry got 4th that season.
Yes, he did. And it's well established. I love Chris Daughtry.
He's awesome.
Yeah. From the 10s, I felt like were hardest of all of them because I just feel like there just wasn't any good music in the
10s. There was, but nobody was able to do it once and then never do it again.
Yeah,
it was just a weird compliment because it's like, oh man, you couldn't replicate success. It's like, no, you either had success and you acted on it, or you didn't have any success at all.
Deleting that off of there. I'm deleting that off of there. So I had Nico and Vince. Am I wrong? But they had more than just that.
That's a good pick though.
Yeah. 2 On by Tinashe, but she has more than just that. I love Tinashe.
Yeah.
But Faded by Alan Walker. What else has Alan Walker done?
Okay, so that one, yes. And there was another one, Too Close by Alex Clare.
Yeah.
But if it's a song that comes off a fucking commercial, I'm not gonna pick it.
No.
I think Too Close was off of a phone commercial.
Yes.
And Faded was off internet.
Yeah.
So I like those songs a lot, but I'm not gonna pick those songs as my one hit wonder. It's a jingle.
One of my favorites because it's used as a trivia question, or it was used in a trivia question on Big If True back in the Sirius XM days. Rude by Magic.
Yeah, I thought that one as well. But it's been recent. What am I doing? I said it was recent enough initially, and then I'm like, dude, it has been 7 years since he has done anything. Stop holding out hope for that guy. That would have been a good pick as well.
And then lastly, Waves by Mr. Probs. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah. So that's the picks. So what did you think of your draft? Do you want your songs said back to you?
Yes.
70s, you had Mississippi Queen by Mountain. 80s, Tarzan Boy by Baltimora.
That's an awesome pick.
It is, actually. 90s, Torn by Nally Imbruglia.
That's my pick.
But by the way, is Hanson a one-hit wonder?
I don't think so.
Thank you. 2000, I Believe in a Thing Called Love by the Darkness. That's probably your best pick.
Great pick.
It's probably your best pick. And 10, you had Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier and Kimbrough.
That is going to be the most universal agreed on pick.
We'll get to it. I think, should we establish that the next time you're on, we do a covers draft?
If you want to.
Okay.
I don't want to close the door on other things, but I do really like the covers.
Yeah, because there's a cover of Somebody That I Used to Know that I fucking love.
Oh yeah, I know. I've listened to it too. It's on my list as well.
Is it on a Punk Goes Pop?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that Mayday Parade?
It is Mayday Parade.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All I know is that Vic Fuentes from, is he Pierce the Veil? Is that the band he fronts?
I think so.
Yeah, he does the girl part, and I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the show. Do you have any final thoughts?
Not at this time, man. But once again, I can only say thank you so many times for having me on, allowing me to be a part of this really cool experience. It's always fun. I love being on here.
Well, thank you for coming on. And we will get to our second interview after this.